Before we get on to this video, this story contains everything that is on screen right now. If you're not comfortable with these, please turn off. And I will have to do a very 18 plus scene because it is plot relevant. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. And tomorrow, have fun with your villain Kirishima, Red Rose. Hee hee. Making of a pillar. By the way, I will pronounce Mitsuri's, I think, last name wrong, so I'm so sorry. Kuroji-san? I don't know. I don't think this will work out. Yin huffed as she laid on the grass, struggling to catch her breath. Mitsuri stood above her, not a single drop of sweat in sight. The woman pouted and dropped the large rock she was carrying next to one of the next to the one that the masked girl failed to lift. For the past few weeks, Yin had been learning from Mitsuri. They first started with breathing, however, it seemed Yin had already known everything from total concentration to total concentration constant. So Yin began to learn flexibility. Mitsuri was excited to teach her, but Yin had a natural flexibility to where everything Mitsuri wanted to teach ended up being taught with one lesson. Now, the girls had been working on strength, something Mitsuri found extremely easy, but Yin found it almost to be impossible. I feel like you're right. I am such a bad teacher, she cried out, falling down next to her. No, it's not you. I just feel as if my physical strength isn't up to your par. Well, we've already mastered flexibility. I feel like there's nothing much left I can teach you. The pink-haired woman ripped up the grass from the ground before throwing it to the side with a small flown. Oh, I know. Why don't you learn with Okay, I forgot. I cannot say Japanese names, so I'm sorry if I pronounce these wrong. Kogosha-san? The love pillar asked, laying her side to gaze at the girl next to her. But she has a Sudoku already. That's okay. You don't need to be a Sudoku. I think I'm saying that right. We just have to find a fighting style that suits you. Yin huffed before nodding. If I'm being honest, I'm also interested in learning medicine as well. Great, Mitsuri beamed. She grabbed the girl's hand and yanked her up. The love pillar used a bit more force than she intended, causing the hair-colored girl to crash into her chest. Mitsuri blushed as the wood of Yin's mask dug into her breasts. Sorry, the love pillar exclaimed, flustered. I'm flustered. Yin straightened, pulling her face away from the woman's body. No worries, she chuckled. Let's go to... Oh my god. Choku-san. Yin grabbed Mitsuri's hand, not knowing the effect she had on the older woman. The two girls ran towards the butterfly estate. Once they reached, they saw a few, I think, Kausuki exiting the building. Mitsuri jogged up to them, asking if they knew where the insect pillar was. After getting the directions, the two headed to where Shinobu was, where they entered. Yin, immediately noticed a familiar figure that sat crisscross on the bed. I think it's Tokyo-kun. I'm sorry. I just need a picture and then I'll be able to remember their name. Oh, Michiro. It's Michiro. Yin gasped. Yin paused, a bit uncomfortable. When Michiro had glared at the two girls, recognizing flashed across his empty eyes. Yin, he said. Quickly the girl grew stiff before bowing. I'm just going to say Michiro-san because I cannot say his last name. Greetings, Michiro-san. Mitsuri gasped. Whoa, Michiro-san, You actually remember someone's name other than, oh great, I cannot do anything. Yokota-sama? The green-eyed boy ignored her, settling for staring at the hair-colored girl. Yin was glad for the mask on her face that hid her clear discomfort. His gaze did not further falter until the door slid open and came Shinobu. Oh my god, I'm just gonna say Shinobu. Shinobu-san, we came here to ask you something, Mitsuri shouted, running over to hug the insect pillar. Shinobu gasped, almost dropping the tray of medicine she was holding. Be more careful, Mitsuri-san. What did you come all this way to ask about? She walked over to Michiro and placed the tray onto the table next to him. I was wondering if I could learn under you, Yin asked. As she spoke, everyone turned to look at her. Her voice was light and smooth, that people couldn't help but fully listen. I know you have a Sudoku already, but I feel like your fighting style might be able to help me. I also would like to learn about medicine too, if that's all right with you. Of course, I could use some help around here. Why don't we start now? I'll teach you about how to replace bandages. The insect pillar motioned for the girl to come closer. Yin paused, eyes fluttering to Marichiro. Oh my god, I can't speak. Marichiro's, who hadn't stopped staring since she had spoken. Yin slowly made her way to Shinobu and Mitsuri, had bid them goodbye. Yin watched as Shinobu carefully removed Michiru's band-aids. The way she applied the medicine and how she rewrapped it using new, strengthened, or something, like another word for strengthened, bandages. Shinobu didn't forget to slowly explain as she did it. And there you go. Why can't I'm sorry, Michiru-san. Easy enough, right, Yin-san? Next time someone needs their bandages changed, you can practice. Now that his treatment was finished, Michiro had no choice but to leave. As he exited the room, he threw Yin one last glance before disappearing. Once he left, the two girls began to talk about Shinobu's education plan. She led the hair-colored girl to the herbal room, where she had begun her first lesson. A few hours had passed before the door to the herbal room was thrown open. Yin's head snapped towards the entrance to see Michiro. The bandages that had once neatly wrapped around his arms and shoulders were loosened and falling to the floor. Harada! Oh my god, why did I do it? Shinobu mustered as she saw the state of the Miss Pillar. What happened to you? I'm sorry. I just can't believe I did Shinobu's thing like that. Training, I think, Michiro said quietly, eyes trained on Yin. Shinobu glanced from the green-eyed boy and the girl, desperately trying to avoid his gaze. Well, I guess it's your chance to practice, Yin-chan. I'm sorry, Yin-chan. Yin fought the shiver that threatened her body and went to fetch some new bandages. Michiro sat down on the wooden stool and practically waited for the girl to come. As she got closer and closer to him, she could feel it getting incredibly hard to breathe. But with both pairs of eyes on her, she tried to do her best on appearing normal. As Shinobu instructed the girl, applied the medicine using a piece of cotton and tweezers. As she regularly lifted up the bandages, a hand shot out and grabbed her own. Yin gasped before quickly yanking her hand out of his. You're trembling, Michiro pointed out. Shinobu had finally gone in between the two, making sure to shield the trembling girl from the gaze of the Miss Pillar. I got it from here, Yin. You can just go back to graining up the herbs, Shinobu ordered with a smile. As the insect pillar wrapped the bandages, she made sure to make it tighter than before and tied it in 2 knots as an extra measure. There, she said, as she finished wrapping, it shouldn't come undone anymore. Mitsuri-kun, hurry on now. I have a lesson to teach. Shinobu rushed the boy out of the room before sliding the door shut with a slam. With just 2 of them in the room, an uncomfortable silence fell over them. Did Mitsuri-kun do something to you? Shinobu asked with a soft voice. No, of course not. Yin hesitated. This is the first time. Oh my god, I can't read. Acting out her dislike for men. I guess you can say that I feel uncomfortable around people of the opposite gender, Shinobu hummed. Well, I'm afraid you'll come across a lot of male demons and male patients. Of course, I know that. When it comes to demons, I usually keep a distance and only go near them for a short time. It's different if it's longer, Yin explained. I see. Well, maybe treating patients isn't the best for your case. How about learning poison instead? You came here for a better fighting style, right? Poisons? Yep. It's what I usually use. Actually, I, too, have a weaker concentration. My blade is coated with wisteria poison. It weakens the demons and eventually kills them. If not, it at least makes them easier to kill. If there's a way I can poison them without getting too close. Well, I suggest needles. If you could need to hone your throwing skills, I can contact a friend that could help you with if you would like. Yin was quiet a bit. Are they? Don't worry. She's a woman. Oh, Maiko-san. I think that's how you... But basically one of Tenzin's wives. It's very bright as well, so I'm sure you'll get along quite well. The girl let out a revealed sigh, straining her back and bowed. Thank you, Shinobu-san. You're a great help. Ada, don't thank me yet. You still have a lot to learn about poison. Oh, before I forget, the insect pillar fished out a book. She slid it over to the girl before explaining. This book is about... I can't say that word because my dyslexic mind just said nope. I think acupuncture. There's a certain parts of the body that are more sensitive than others. Shinobu taught. If you manage to hit a certain point, a human can be just basically no move. For a while, Yin nodded, listening intently. For demons, if you hit certain spots with poison, it'll spread faster. Study it. Yin accepted the book with a grateful smile, fingers gazing the spine of the book. Eagerness began to fill the hair-colored girl. Hi there. A woman with both blonde and black hair beamed as she skipped over to Yin. My name is Maiko. I think that's how you say her name. I'm so sorry if I'm not saying it right. I'll be teaching you how to throw weapons properly. I was also tasked with giving you this. The very excited woman handed the masked girl a box. Flipping open the lid, Yin saw a row of nearly lined needles. The needles were thin and sharp, the length enveloped in a, kuna? Don't worry, I didn't touch them. These are nurturing needles. I wonder what color they'll change into. The hair-colored girl picked up one of the needles. Slowly starting from the spot Yin touched, the needle began to turn a deep orange. Whoa, Maiko said with her eyes wondering. I've never seen orange before. How cool. Yin smiled and put the needles away before closing the box. Holding the box with 2 hands, She bowed to Miko? I hate saying names wrong. Thank you. My name is Yin Lin. I'm looking forward to working with you. The smile on Miko's face had fluttered slightly. Yin, do you happen to know someone named Uzui Tengen? I've heard of him, yes, but I've never met him in person, Yin confessed, feeling a bit confused. Is there a reason why? That's odd. Maybe Yin is more of a common name than I thought, the woman said to herself. It's just a name that my husband kept saying in his sleep. Me and his other wives tried asking about her, but he never clearly answered. Hearing that, the hair-colored girl felt a little bit uneasy. However, the topic was brushed off when Miko pulled her out a regular set of needles. Well, let's begin our lesson. As time passed, Ian had forgotten about the conversation that would later come back in the near future. I don't know what to say here, but I'm sorry that I got so many names mixed. Like, I know I said them wrong. In some words, I have not said this, but I have dyslexia. So some words are very hard for me to say. And, but thank you guys for listening. Bye. Love you all. Oh, and by the way, I might be making more of these every week because these updates are going super slow and I need to finish this book. Not finish really fast, but Bye, lovelies.